Hello and welcome. I'm Stephanie Lillian, the Medical Mystic, and this is a beginner level morning yoga sequence. So to get started, make sure that you have a mat or a towel, something you can practice on, and that you're in a nice room where you won't be bothered for the next 20 minutes. If you're ready to get started, we're going to start seated on our mats today. So face the front of your mat. I'm going to be facing you in a nice cross-legged position, or potentially with just your legs straightened, maybe the knees bent, wherever you can sit comfortably for the next couple of minutes so we can start tuning into our breath. Once you find a nice comfortable seat, either rest your hands down on your knees for a more grounding practice this morning, or maybe allow the palms to face up for a more receiving practice this morning. And once you're ready, just begin to close your eyes and start to tune into your breath. So just allow yourself to arrive in this present moment as we sit here. Let go of anything that you have to do today, maybe anything that even happened yesterday, and just allow yourself to be here and now with me. There's nothing else you have to do but be here right now. Begin to allow the mind to settle. So any thoughts just begin to drift away. And as you begin to arrive in this present moment, start to notice your breath. So can you physically hear every inhale and every exhale? Notice if you can hear your breath, just as you're gently breathing, sitting here. If you can hear your breath, can you begin to lengthen every inhale and exhale? So in other words, can you breathe deeper breaths, breathing in for a longer amount of time and trying to press air out until there's nothing left to press out? See how big you can make your breaths. And as you're still focusing on breathing deep breaths, notice if there's anything coming up for you that's distracting you from breathing your breaths. So maybe that's an outside noise or stimulus. Maybe that's thoughts in your mind that's distracting you from paying attention to every inhale and exhale. So we're here to train our minds to be in the present moment. The mind's naturally going to want to wander. So just notice if anything's coming up for you that's distracting you from your breath. If so, just notice what it is. Acknowledge what's coming up for you. And then eventually dismiss it. Allow it to go on its way. You'll get back to it after your session today. And then just gently bring your awareness back to every inhale and every exhale. Just keep rooting yourself back to trying to breathe your fullest breaths. Let's take a couple more deep breaths like this. Let's take 3 more breaths. Really try to focus on just your inhales and exhales for these next couple breaths. Big, big breaths. Allow yourself to come here and now and connect with every inhale and every exhale. Once you feel connected to your breath, if you need more time, just pause this video, and when you feel centered and grounded, that's when we want to begin to move. If your practice is just telling you today to just lie on your mat and focus on your breath, please just do that. Listen to your body. If you don't want to follow along to this video, give your body what it needs. Sometimes it just needs rest. If you want to begin to flow, we're going to start off with some gentle cat-cows. So you'll begin to move and make your way to a tabletop position. So that means hands and knees. So when you make your way to tabletop, we want to spread the fingers wide on our mat so we can distribute the weight and it's not just pounding down in the wrists. We also want to make sure that our knees are hips distance. So if you look down, they'll be directly under the hip points. Low belly sucks in, and we want to press the ground away through the hands and through the knees. On your next inhale, begin to pull the belly down and allow the gaze to go up towards the ceiling. On your exhale, begin to round the spine, looking towards your belly button or your thighs. On the next inhale, belly drops down, shoulders pull down away from the ears, and the gaze goes up. Exhale and round the spine, lifting up between the shoulder blades. We'll do 3 more rounds. Inhale, belly drops down, heart pulls through, gaze goes up. Exhale, round the spine, press into the hands, press into the knees. Inhale, belly drops down, heart pulls through. Exhale and round, really pulling up between the shoulder blades. Let's do 1 more round. Inhale, belly drops down, heart pulls through. And exhale, rounding the spine, pressing through hands and knees. Inhale back to neutral, and on your exhale, let's go to child's pose. So big toes are going to touch, and you're just going to sink the hips back towards the heels. Hands extend out towards you, and the head's just going to drop down towards the mat. So just finding where this is comfortable for you. Maybe you sway the hips side to side. Just staying connected with the breath. So observing the mind this morning, is there something coming up for you that's distracting you from your breath? Big breaths and just let everything go. Let's take 2 more breaths in your child's pose. On your next inhale, begin to shift your weight forward and come back to your tabletop position, hands and knees. On the exhale, curl your toes under and lift the knees up off the mat, and then press your weight back towards the wall behind you to downward facing dog. Just take a couple moments here, pedal out the feet. Just notice how you feel this morning. Make sure you keep pressing through the hands. Let's take 1 more breath here. And then inhale, just gently begin to tippy toe and walk the feet up to the hands. If your feet don't make it all the way, no problem. Just begin to walk the hands towards your feet. The way that's going to help you to get to the front of the mat is keep a generous bend in the knees. Once you get to the front, inhale and lift your heart up halfway, and then exhale to fold down. On the next inhale, bend your knees and slowly roll up 1 vertebra at a time until you get all the way to standing, and then exhale the shoulder blades down your back. We're going to move through what's known as Sun Salutation A next. We're going to do that a couple times just to start generating some heat and flexibility in the body. So on your next inhale, sweep your hands up over your head. The palms are going to touch. On the exhale, begin to dive down towards your mat with a flat back. Hands will eventually come towards the feet. If the hands don't touch the ground, bend the knees to get them there. Inhale and rise up halfway. And then on the exhale, hands come to the ground and step your right foot back and then the left foot back. Lower your knees to the ground. And then slowly, in one line, try to lower the chest all the way to the mat as well. On the inhale, shoulder blades pull down the back and just lift the heart up, low cobra. And on your exhale, lift up hands and knees and then go back to child's pose. So big toes touch and sink your weight back to a child's pose. And just relax here, make this a gentle child's pose. Breathing deeply, head rests down, maybe the head goes side to side. Maybe the hips go side to side. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Two more breaths. Last one, big breath. On your inhale, shift up to hands and knees, tabletop position. On the exhale, curl your toes under, lift the knees up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale and begin to walk the feet up towards the hands. Again, if you need to keep bending the knees to get the feet up to the hands, feel free to do so. On the inhale, rise up halfway and exhale to fold. And then this time we're going to inhale, try to keep the back straight, lift yourself up, soft bend in the knees, palms touch at the top, and exhale, hands come to heart center, and then down by your sides. Let's do that again. Inhale, big sweep, hands sweep out and around, palms touch. Exhale and dive down to your mat with a flat back, soft bend in the knees. Inhale, rise up halfway, try to pull the heart forward. Exhale, hands come to the mat. And again, if you need to bend the knees to get there, feel free to do so. Step the right foot back and then the left, and knees go straight to the mat. Try to lower the chest and the chin all the way down. And then inhale, pull up and through to a low cobra. And exhale to child's pose, moving through tabletop. Big toes touch, sink the weight back. Breathing here, big breaths. Child's pose is the time to reconnect with your breath. So just use the next couple of moments to try to physically feel every inhale and exhale. Let's take 3 more breaths. Try to focus on nothing else but those breaths. 2 more. Last one. On the next inhale, rise back up to hands and knees and tabletop. On the exhale, curl the toes under, lift the knees, press the thigh bones back, down dog. If you need to keep the knees bent, please do so. Inhale and gentle walk up towards the hands, rising up halfway once you get there, and then exhale to fold. Soft bend in the knees and inhale, rise all the way up to standing, sweeping the hands out and around, palms come to touch at the top, and exhale, hands to heart center, then down by your sides. We're going to do 2 more of those. Inhale, hands sweep out and around, palms touch. Exhale, dive down to your mat with a flat back. Inhale, rise up halfway, try to lengthen the back. Exhale, plant the hands down and step your feet back behind you, lowering the knees down once they're there. Lower the chest and the chin, keep those elbows pulled in towards your sides. And then inhale, rise up to your low cobra. Really just try to lift the heart up, shoulders stay down away from the ears. exhale, come through tabletop, big toes touch, and sink the hips back down towards the heels. 5 breaths here. This time we're going to activate the arms. So begin to press the hands down until you feel a lift in the forearms. So this should feel like your arms are super active. Try not to crunch around the ears, but keep the shoulders pulling down the back, lots of space around the neck. Keep pressing the floor down through the hands. 3 more breaths, lifting the forearms. Should feel like you're pressing your hips back towards the heels a bit more. Let's take 1 more breath here. It should feel like your arms are working. And then inhale, come back up to tabletop, hands and knees, you're doing great. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, walk the feet up towards the hands. Rise up halfway, and then exhale to fold. Inhale, soft bend in the knees, rise all the way up to Santa. Hands sweep out and around, palms touch. And exhale, hands through heart center and then down by your sides. So we're just going to do that 1 more time. Inhale, and the hands are going to sweep out and around, palms touch. Exhale, dive down to the mat with a flat back. Inhale, rise up halfway, pull the heart forward, and then exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back behind you, lower the knees down, then the chest and the chin. Keep those elbows pulled in by your sides. Inhale, rise up to your low cobra, and exhale, tabletop to child's pose. From here, we're going to do the activated arms again. So feel as though you're pressing the hands down into your mat, pulling the shoulders back away from you. Your forearms should lift a bit from the ground. Notice if you feel a lot of tension in the upper back around the shoulder area, it's just indicative to you to help to pull the shoulders down your back. Imagine creating space along the spine between the shoulder blades. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Last breath. And then inhale, rise back up, hands and knees. Exhale, curl the toes under, press the weight up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, step or walk the feet up between the hands and rise up halfway once you get to the top of your mat. Exhale to fold. Then inhale, sweep the hands out and around. The palms are going to touch. And exhale, hands to heart center and down by your sides. Awesome job. So the body should feel like it's warming up a bit, feeling as though you're connected with your breath. And from here, we're going to work a little bit on strengthening the front body, the abs, and also the back. So take a look down at your feet. Feet should be hips distance, toes should be pointing forward. On your next inhale, sweep the hands out and around and pause with the arms extended by the ears. So quick note, notice if it feels like you're squeezing around the head, you want to relax the shoulders down, creating lots of space around the ears. So there should be lots of space around the neck and ears. On your next exhale, we're going to begin to lower with a flat back, halfway, soft bend in the knees. So just lower into where you can keep a nice flat back, hands reaching forward. Inhale, rise back up, low belly sucks in. We're going to do that 4 more times. Exhale to lower, keep the back nice and straight. If you notice yourself rounding at the shoulders, stop where you can keep the back nice and lifted. Inhale to rise back up. 3 more. Exhale down, low belly sucks in. Inhale, slow rise up. Last 2. Exhale, lower down, reaching forward. Inhale, rise up. Last 1. Exhale, down, soft bend in the knees. And inhale, rise up. On your exhale, hands come by the sides. Inhale and step the left foot out toward the side, and then pivot your feet so they're in alignment with the short edge of your mat. So the outsides of your foot should be parallel to the short edge of your mat. Exhale here. And then we're going to inhale and lift the hands out to a T shape. So notice the goal of this exercise is again to work on the strength of the front body and the back, but also the obliques. I'm going to demonstrate for you real quick and then we'll do them together. So the goal here is to imagine as though you have boards on your arms and they're stuck like this, and you're using your core to pivot around. So on an exhale, we're going to bring the right hand toward the left foot. So notice our goal here is not to touch the foot, it's just to keep the arms exactly where they are. On the inhale, we'll rise back up, and then the exhale, we'll go left hand to the right foot. Inhale, rise back up. So notice my arms stay pulling out towards the sides. I'm not moving around trying to touch down. We're really working on the strength of the core here. So let's do 3 on each side together. Inhale, hands out to the side, and then exhale, begin to pivot right hand toward the left foot. Inhale to rise up. Awesome. Other side. Exhale, left hand to the right foot. Then inhale, lift up, pull that low belly in. Exhale, right hand, left foot. Inhale, rise up using the strength of the back. Exhale, left hand, right foot. Inhale, rise up. 1 more on each side. Exhale, right hand, left foot, low belly, stay sucked in. Inhale, reaching out towards the sides. Other side. Exhale, left hand, right foot. And then inhale, come all the way up. Exhale and see if you can step toward the front of your mat and the hands come down by your sides. Awesome job. Maybe shake out the arms if the shoulders got a little tense there. And then on your next inhale, sweep your hands up and around. Palms are going to touch. Exhale and dive down towards your mat with a flat back. Inhale, rise up halfway, pull the heart forward. Exhale, plant your hands, step your feet back behind you, and then just drop the knees down to come into tabletop. So let's check our alignment real quick here. Make sure that the wrists are directly under the shoulders, so you might need to step your hands back towards you. Knees are hips distance behind you. So we're going to work a little bit on, well, total body strength, but also add a little bit of balance in here. So again, fingertips spread wide, palms are pressing down into the mat, and the knees are pressing down as well. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the right hand up and see if you can lift the left foot up behind you as well. If balance is difficult here, just see if you can extend the toes out, keep the toes on the mat, maybe even just keep the fingertips on the mat. Notice where you can pay attention to your breath, not the movement. If you can pay attention to your breath and be fully extended, go there. If you're focusing on trying to stay up and you're falling around, then I want you to take a step back and just focus on your breath. The strength and balance will come over time. So let's do 5 on each side. Inhale, right hand and left foot extend. On the exhale, we're just going to set the knee and the hand back down. Try to keep them light. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lower just to a gentle hover on the ground. Inhale, extend, looking towards the front of your mat, low belly sucks in. Exhale, lower. 2 more, you're doing great. Inhale, extend, reaching out, maybe just touching the ground. Exhale, lower. Last time. Inhale, reaching out. Exhale, lower, down. Awesome job. Let's shake out that left wrist before we move to the other side. So again, fingertips spread wide, pressing down. Press the knees down to the mat as well. And on your next inhale, we're going to reach that left hand and the right foot. On the exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, extend. Try not to sway the back, but keep the low belly sucked in. Exhale, down. 3 more. Inhale, extend, reaching out. Exhale, down. Last 2. Inhale, extend and reach. Exhale, down. Last one, almost there. Inhale, extend and reach. And exhale, lower down. Awesome job. Let's go to a child's pose. So big toes touch. Exhale, the hips back. 5 deep breaths here. Reconnect with your breath in this pose. Notice, were you able to sync the movements to your breath? Or is your mind wandering elsewhere? Use this time to just feel every inhale and exhale. Try to focus on nothing else but your big breaths. As the heart rate increases, sometimes our breath tends to shorten. So just come back to inhales being equally as long as exhales. Couple more big breaths here. When you're ready to begin to move, on your next inhale, begin to just walk the fingertips back towards you until you're sitting up on your heels. On the exhale, swing your legs out and around. And we're going to do some slight back bends next. So scoot yourself forward if you need room to lay down. Inhale and extend the hands out in front of you. And then exhale to slowly roll yourself down. Inhale and walk the heels in towards you. So notice here that if you put your hands down on your mat, you just want to be able to graze the heels. If you can totally wrap your hands around the ankles, the heels are too close. So just keeping the ankles directly under the knees. Take a moment and inhale, puff up the chest to inch the shoulder blades down the back. We're going to do bridge dips next. So on your next inhale, bring the hips up off the ground and press through the hands and the feet. On the exhale, lower the bottom down to the ground just to a slight hover. We'll do 4 more. Inhale, press up, keep the chin lifted up off the chest. And exhale, lower to a hover. 3 more. Inhale, lift. Try to squeeze the glutes at the top. Exhale, lower. Last 2, you're doing great. Inhale, rising up, using the breath to guide your movement. So when you begin to exhale is when you begin to lower. Last 1, inhale, pressing up. And exhale, lower down. On your next inhale, we're going to press back up. And we're going to hold this bridge pose. So maybe you just stay exactly where you are, feeling as though you're squeezing the knees together, glute squeeze, pressing the hips up. If you want to go a little bit deeper, maybe you just clasp the hands underneath your sacrum, pulling the shoulders towards the midline, pressing the ground away. Let's take 2 more breaths. Your hips press up, chin lifts up off the chest. 1 more breath. And exhale, slowly lower yourself down. Take a moment and rest, and we'll do that just 1 more time, and then we'll begin to close our practice today. You're doing an amazing job this morning. Okay, let's get into alignment for our last bridge pose. So just make sure heels are hip distance apart, they're just on your fingertips, and on your next inhale, press into the hands, press into the feet, and lift the hips up off the ground. Keep pressing the ground away from you. Chin lifts up off the chest as the chest works its way towards the chin. Let's take 3 more breaths. Maybe you clasp the hands and lift up higher. 2 more breaths. 1 more big breath. And then exhale, slowly lower yourself back down. Take a moment and just rest here. Maybe allow the knees to drop side to side. Back to your breath. I always love to spread my feet wider than my hips and allow my knees to just drop towards each other and rest. It feels super good for relieving the low back. So if that feels good for you, you can add that in here. We're just allowing the back to neutralize before we begin to move again. more big breaths. One more. Then on your next inhale, hug the knees in towards your chest, wrap your arms around the shins, and exhale, just gently hug the knees in towards you. Maybe rock side to side, maybe allow the ears to drop side to side, just relieve any tension. Notice that you still want to feel as though you're pressing the low back down towards your mat rather than just craning and lifting the hips up. So add a little bit of pressure pressing down to just relieve the low back there. Maybe close the eyes, just come back to the breath, big breaths. And then we'll make our way to a simple twist. So arms come out to a T-shaped formation, and we're going to drop the knees over toward the left hand side, and you'll send your gaze looking over the right hand. So knees drop left, you look over to the right. Just relax the body down. Notice if you can just let go anymore. Relax the hands, the arms, and the face. Soften the legs, and imagine sending your breath to the right side body. So physically feel the rib cage expanding on the right hand side with every inhale. And with every exhale, try to physically feel it relaxing down. 2 more big breaths here. 1 more. Then inhale, gently bring the knees back to center. And exhale, just dropping them over to the right hand side now. And send your gaze over the left hand. We'll take a couple breaths here, relaxing down. Again, visualize the breath coming in and going to the left rib cage. Feel the rib cage expand on every inhale. And on every exhale, feel the rib cage relax and the breath release. Big, big breaths, just focusing on the breath, nothing else. Let's take 2 more big breaths here. And then inhale, knees come back to center, hugging them in on your exhale, maybe adding a gentle rock. And then from here, we're just going to come into what I like to call is a gentle happy baby pose. So grab on the backs of your thighs, maybe just slightly lifting up the lower legs, and then allow the legs to rest so your hands are kind of sandwiched between the calves and the hamstrings. And then on your next exhale, open up the knees so the knees track away from the center line of your body, and begin to hug the knees towards the armpits, toes flex pointing towards the front of your room. So this should feel like a nice hip stretch. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can grasp onto the fronts of the knees or the shins and just pull the knees towards you. We're working on pressing the low back down into the mat as well. This should feel like a nice hip stretch. Relax the shoulders down and relax your neck. And imagine sending your breath now to the hips. So big breaths as the breath travels in towards the hip flexors and then out, releasing any tension. Let's take 2 more big breaths here. 1 more. And then on the exhale, close the legs and just allow the legs to straighten down towards your mat. We'll make our way to Shavasana. So laying totally flat on your mat, legs extended, hands come down by the sides. If there's any last posture or flow that you want to work on, just pause the video now and give your body what you need. So this is your time. You're setting the tone for your day this morning. Listen to yourself, honor your body, and keep flowing if that's what feels good for you. If you want to make your way into Shavasana, that's where we'll meet right now. So hands relax down by your sides, maybe they rest on the belly. Gently draw the eyes closed and just begin to relax. Let go of the conscious hold on your breath and allow your body to breathe naturally. Just notice how you feel. Notice the relaxed state within, the softness and ease in your body and within the mind. Just letting anything else go. And observe every inhale and exhale. So rather than trying to control it, just listen to yourself. Watch yourself breathe. And as you lie here in this peaceful state, begin to bring into your awareness a happy memory. So maybe this is a person, maybe this is a place, an activity. Just bringing something that brings joy and happiness into your mind, into your awareness. Once you have a memory, begin to place yourself as though you're there right now. So use your imagination. Notice what you see. If you can hear anything, you can touch anything. Interact with this memory. You smell anything or taste anything. Take it in through all of your senses. Be there, here and now with it. Gently bring your awareness to your body and your happy memory. Notice if you have any physical sensations within the body. So whenever I go to a happy memory, I feel light and bubbly in my shoulders and in my cheeks. So notice where you feel a physical sensation. Try to pinpoint it to a specific area. Notice how it feels. Try to describe this feeling with 3 descriptive words. What does it feel like? Just take a couple of breaths and breathe into this beautiful feeling within your body. What you're feeling is the physical manifestation of your emotions. So if this feels good for you, allow it to resonate within and throughout your body, just tuning into this beautiful state that this happy memory gives you. Just taking a couple more breaths, breathing into this beautiful energy, letting it radiate throughout you. Gently take a moment to thank this memory for showing up for you, for giving you this beautiful, joyous feeling. And then just gently begin to bring the awareness back into your body by deepening your breath. Gently wiggling the toes and the fingers, the wrists and the ankles. When you're ready, just rolling over onto one side and resting in a fetal position. Keep the eyes closed. And taking your time, gently press yourself up to seated at the front of your mat. And we'll meet with the palms touching at heart center and with the eyes closed. So just take a couple more moments to notice how you feel. Notice the peace, the happiness, the ease that you've created within and around yourself. And know that no matter what happens external from you, that you can come back to this beautiful energy that you've cultivated within. So just taking a couple more moments to feel into the body, to notice how you physically feel, how you mentally feel right now. Gently smile to yourself, thanking yourself for showing up here today, for dedicating this morning to setting a beautiful energy for the rest of your day. And thank you so much for sharing your beautiful practice with me here today. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.